Hi everyone, my name is Amanda, and today I'm going to talk to you about mindfulness. Mindfulness is a bit hard to explain because it's not a tool so much as it is a way of being or a way of thinking. Mindfulness can be helpful for everyone, but it's especially helpful for people with anxiety, depression, post-traumatic stress disorder, and any other mental health issue where you're having intrusive thoughts. Mindfulness has its roots in Christian contemplation, Zen Buddhist practice, and Eastern traditions. Because it's such a useful philosophy, it has become part of modern psychotherapy. Every day we are bombarded with thoughts. Some are from the past, and some are from the future. We are all pelted with these thoughts all day long, and sometimes we just go on autopilot. We go through the motions of the day believing all these thoughts are true, and all the feelings that we're having about the thoughts are important, but constantly focusing on them can cause a lot of stress. Mindfulness is acknowledging the thoughts from the past and the thoughts from the future, but not letting them stay as long. Mindfulness is about what's happening right now. It's about focusing on what is happening, what you're touching, what you're tasting, what you're experiencing in the present moment. But easier said than done, right? Well, let's look at different ways to do this. Sometimes it's useful to think about the thoughts in your head with a metaphor. Some people like to think of thoughts and emotions as leaves and the river as their mind. You can watch the leaves float one by one and let them continue past down the river. I've even heard of thoughts considered people on a bus. The thoughts get on for a short time and then get off. You can even give each passenger a name. Oh, there's Freddie Fear getting on the bus again. I wonder how long he'll be on the bus and when he'll decide to get off. The important part is that we see that our thoughts and our feelings are not us. We have thoughts and feelings, but they're not who we are. They come and they go, and it's who we are that remains. And who we are can focus on what's happening in the present moment. Freddie Fear might get on the bus, but I'm not Freddie Fear. Externalizing it makes it easier to be curious about the feeling and notice when it's present and not present. So how do you observe your thoughts and feelings and not have them take over? Well, there's a lot of different exercises and techniques you can use to get closer to being the observer of your emotions. The easiest thing to do is to just take some deep breaths. Breathe in deeply for 4 seconds. Hold the air in your lungs for 4 seconds. And then breathe out for 4 seconds. Feel the air in your lungs. Feel your back against the chair. Listen to a guided meditation from here on YouTube. I have included some links to get you started below. You can find yourself a quiet spot where you won't be disturbed. It could even be just for 5 minutes. Put on some headphones and just follow what the voice is saying on the recording. You could do this each day or even once a week. There's no rule on how long or how often you have to do it. Another option is to take a mindful walk. That is when you go for a walk and focus on your 5 senses. Walk slowly and feel your footsteps on the ground. Look and see what's around you. What do you smell? What do you taste? What can you hear? You can even feel things like leaves and snow. It can bring you into the present moment, again, for as long as you want. Yoga is another way to help you focus on the here and now. You don't have to be a yoga expert. There is gentle yoga, chair yoga, and even family yoga that you can go to with your kids. Even kids can learn mindfulness. You could also learn to meditate and take a course in your community. Often there are courses offered at local yoga studios and community centers. Another mindful practice is mindful eating. You can do this with any food, but today we're going to use raisins. Put 5 raisins in front of you on a plate. Look at them and think about what they look like. What do they sound like? What do they feel like in your fingers? What do they smell like? Then put one in your mouth. Roll it around with your tongue. Feel what it feels like even before you bite it. What does it feel like to chew it? Mindful eating is another way to focus on the present moment. The more that you practice these techniques, the more that you will see that the negative thoughts and emotions will have less of an impact. And more you'll find moments of peace. This is mindfulness. If you are struggling with depression, anxiety, post-traumatic stress disorder, and other mental health concerns, you may want to consider a mindfulness-based therapy. There are many options, but one is acceptance and commitment therapy. This is a combination of mindfulness techniques and cognitive behavioral therapy and can be very useful in handling anxiety and depression. I've put a link below if you'd like to find out more. There is also a therapeutic theory called dialectic behavioral therapy, which research shows helps with self-harm, borderline personality disorder, and suicidal tendencies. If you are struggling, please look into psychotherapy, as it could be a way to find tools to help relieve your symptoms. Well, that's all for now. Thank you for listening and have a mindful and peaceful day.